Morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? It's time for our weekend lovers in separation reading. Let's see what energies are around people who are in separation from their person or soulmate or twin flame, whatever you want to label. It's just a label. So, Spirit, what is that energy for today? And for today is deep in your heart. You already know the answer. Do what feels right. And so let's see what other love energies do want to present themselves within this connection in separation. And just remember, this is a collective reading. This is not a personal reading. So take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are looking for something a little deeper, do reach out for your own personal reading. So let's see what the weekend holds for a collective that's in separation at this point. It's the holiday season, and let's see what energies are available to us should we choose to take those energies. And a lot of times, like I said, it's always a choice. And let's see what Spirit has for us. And for many of you, you're going to be tested, right? Your strengths and weaknesses are being tested. And why are they being tested? Because you need to have trust, right? Trust that all things are going to work out, right? And you know this answer already in your heart. Sometimes it takes a while for our mind and our heart to really get into that place. And Spirit's going to send you a lot of signs. And at the same time, you know, you got to get deep into your heart, right? So we're getting two confirmations. Really, really feel into your heart on this. Why? Because your soul is preparing to reconnect. And what does that mean? It means the union is coming. So the union of divine soul counterparts, it's on its way, right? The energies are there for you to have that union with your person, with yourself. That union can be, many different things. Could be a new person that's coming in. And with that, you just have to have trust and know that you're going to get tested. So make sure you're using your discernment. So let's see what other energies I want to present ourselves for the collective that we're channeling right now. So Spirit, what is the energies? Wow, one just fell to the ground. I'm going to have to go pick that up and see what that is, because that's usually something that's happening in this immediate future, really close, or in the now moment. What else Spirit wants to give us? All right, we've got a few cards from Spirit. Let's see what fell down. Okay, the thing that fell down is very important. There's forgiveness that needs to happen, and whether that's forgiveness for yourself, forgiveness for your person, but forgiveness, you need to be in that energy of forgiveness, let things go, and make sure you're giving them the benefit of the doubt. Make sure you're looking at the full picture from their perspective as well. And Spirit's saying that they're giving you signs, right? So we're getting double confirmation that there's going to be signs coming in. You're seeing the signs. You should be seeing the signs. Now, your person or you may have a lot of responsibilities, but it's time for you to kind of let go of that. And as you start to let go, as you start to get into the, I'm sorry, I pulled the wrong card, signs and clues, and open your heart, right? So we have more heart healing. You've got to open up your heart. And as you start doing that, start getting into that forgiveness, Spirit's sending you those signs. Spirit wants you to open that heart, get into that forgiveness, get out of those responsibilities, and Spirit is going to be guiding you, right? And keep on guiding you to the love of your life. And guess what? What's going to happen, right? So Spirit's going to guide you to that soul path, that path that gets you to union. But you got to keep on paying attention to the signs. You've got to open your heart. You've got to look within. And once you do, somebody's going to be reaching out, maybe a text, maybe a phone call, maybe they're going to, bump into you where you show up the most. And guess what? That's going to be a twin flame recognition. And so don't read so much into the label of twin flame, because it's most of the time a trap. What this means is this is a high-level soulmate that's coming in. You're going to recognize them for who they are, and they're going to be affirming the love that they have for you. But as you bring it into what you call it, as you they're going to have that love affirmations, but as you allow it to flow naturally, not force it, right? And this is going to be a big one, not to force what's coming in. And so let's see what other energies want to come out inside of this situation. Let me find a deck I haven't used in a while, and we're going to look in there. And thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. It helps quite a bit keeping this channel running. And so we're going to look at what's going on here for the collective. What else do we need to know about this? There's some beautiful energies here, not a huge amount in the hamster wheel of karma. Just make sure you know you're being tested. Make sure you're in the right energy. You're connecting to your heart, connecting to yourself, loving yourself first. Because if you do, there's a lot of energies available. And sometimes it's hard to get into that space of loving yourself because your 3D life gets really messy, and there's things that we don't want to let go of because we just don't have the proper boundaries. And sometimes we have to make a decision that we truly don't want to do for so many reasons, but sometimes we have to choose ourselves. So Spirit's saying, be careful, because there were a lot of third parties that were there, a lot of those third party energies. And again, responsibility comes up in this card reading. So that's multiple confirmations that responsibilities are really taking their toll. And, you're feeling neglected because of all these responsibilities, that there's not a lot going on. But there's a chance to mend, right? And what we've got to do is get rid of these habits that are in ourselves. Now, we can't tell our person to get rid of their habits. They have to do it on their own. They have to change for themselves, not for you. But that mending is potentially there. And guess what? We have yet another confirmation of a reunion. So with that, and Duchess, thank you for sharing. I appreciate you. With that, reunion is coming in. I mean, there's huge energies for the potential. And why do I say potential, right? Because the cards are showing it to us, but cards are only reading an energy in a point in time before we make any choices. And, like I say, I don't like to blow smoke up anybody's butt. I'm a healing channel. I'm not here for flowery stories. And so what I'm showing you is what energies are available to you and what can potentially hold you back, which is right here. And so you got to get into that forgiveness. You got to know that you're being tested. You got to get into that discernment, and you got to know what's in your heart. And if you don't know what's in your heart, then that's the first step, right? Because this is how we get into that place where we bring in the love that we want, not the test that we don't want, right? Because who wants another toxic relationship? Who wants that connection that's going to leave us in anxiety? None of us want that. And so what we have to do is we have to get out of that energy. And good morning, Summer. So with that, let's see. And thank you, Lourdes. I really appreciate that. So let's take a look at what's going on within this energies here. And see what the blocking is, right? Because how come we're not here yet, right? Because those energies are right there. We could touch them. So let's see what it is. What's the main blockers from that energy? And remember, any of the blockers, we don't blame anybody but ourselves because we're allowing it, right? We subconsciously are creating contract after contract after contract to keep us stuck here. And it's only by going within your heart and healing do you remove these contracts and allow you consciously start to manifest, because your subconscious is doing 99.9% of all the manifestation, and it's doing things against you because it's trying to protect you, right? So hiding feelings, that's a big one. A lot of people are hiding feelings on who they really feel something for. They're playing hard to get, right? And stop playing games. If you're interested, say something. Don't sit around and not at least pull that information out. Now, I get it. If you've confessed your feelings and that person's still not interested, sometimes it's really hard to connect, because sometimes you've got this huge contract that has gone thousands of lifetimes, and it's hard. But at least you, if you've done this and confessed your feelings, good for you, right? Too much work, right? Responsibilities. Again, it's coming up. And the last is fear of cheating. And why do people cheat? Because they weren't the right connection, because you went into that connection knowing that person's going to cheat. And why do you know that person's going to cheat? Because you're choosing the same type of person over and over again. And why do you do that? Right? Because you always got to bring it back to yourself. And why you do that is because you're sitting inside of a place of knowing that if you pick that person that's not healthy for you, you know it in your heart, right? That your fear of commitment, your fear of a relationship, your fear of love is going to come true. And so you keep on putting yourself into that cycle. Why? Because you want subconsciously to manifest that experience because you don't want love. You're afraid of love. You're afraid of commitment, and you need to heal that within your space. Right. So let's take a look at what advice we have for our higher selves. Okay. So we got some more cards that fell to the ground. So Spirit is saying your shadows are just hiding the light right now. So get into your light, face your shadows, shine the light on the shadows, understand them, heal them, and integrate them. Don't take action when there's a feeling of resistance. So if you're feeling something is not right, then don't jump into it. And that's that anxiety. It's not butterflies in the stomach. That's anxiety that you feel. And we are programmed to think that that's love, but that's not really love. That's anxiety and fear. And then challenge yourself to be stronger than your challenges, right? Which go in your heart and start healing. So this is the advice to how to get yourself out of these spaces, these blocks that are holding you back. And so let's now take a look at timing. Let's see when can we get these? And I mean, the energies are there, right? For the union, reunion, however you want to look at it, communication. Um, but how do we get there? What's the time frame? And we say it as a potential. We don't say it as a absolute, because guess what? Next now moment there is. We're going from now moment to now moment, and there's only the now moment. And at the next now moment, you can choose differently. And if you choose differently, well, then guess what? Potential is that something can come in and can change timing. So, Spirit, what is the probable timing? And Spirit saying, at an unintentional moment, 9 months later. So for some of you, that 9 months, oh boy, that number's come out a lot. That could have some the diaper consequences for 9 months later. So be careful of that unintentional moment. But Spirit is goofing with us a little bit. But what Spirit's saying is, once you let go of what it is that's holding you back, it's going to come in. And probable timeline is possibly around that 9 month state, somewhere there. I know it's a long time away, but for those of you that resonate with this, please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. Those energies are available for you, and if you choose and keep on choosing with your heart, you might find this 9 months later get a little bit smaller. So with that, those are the energies for this weekend. Just keep on healing. Visit my channel, Silver Fox Spiritual, on YouTube for some free light language healings, and reach out if you're looking for your own personal healing or personal read. And have a great and wonderful weekend. And not sure if I'm going to go live on Sunday or not, but I may go live on Sunday again. Just put your notifications on, because I may be answering some questions. It's been about 3 years since I've been on social media with all my channels, and so I might do a little, live celebration for that. So with that, have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we'll see you at the next read.